Hi, my name is Peter Cohen, and I'm a general internist at Cambridge Health Alliance, an assistant professor at Harvard Medical School. We're going to be talking about Cantor's latest study on prevalence of use of dietary supplements in the United States. So dietary supplements include a wide range of products. These are vitamins and minerals, but they also include all sorts of botanicals, proteins, amino acids, fish oils, probiotics. So a very wide group of ingredients are included in what we term dietary supplements. Cantor and colleagues set out to try to figure out how many adults in the United States are using supplements, and specifically which types of supplements are they using. So the study used a nationally representative survey called the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, or more commonly referred to as NHANES. They looked at surveys over a 13-year period from 1999 through 2012 and looked at changes of prevalence of use of supplements over those years. Cantor and colleagues found that American use of supplements was extremely high at the onset of their study. 52% of American adults used a supplement in the last month, and that same high prevalence persisted throughout the study period in every single survey, including in 2012. They also found that there were changes, though, in the use of individual ingredients. So some vitamins became more popular or more commonly used, and others became less so. There are two important limitations. One is that despite these remarkable high levels of supplement use, the Cantor study might underestimate it because they did not include our troops, nor did they include institutionalized adults. Both of these groups are actually quite high users of supplements, so their sample might have underestimated the use. And they also didn't take a look at some large categories of supplements, such as ones that are used for workout or weight loss, ones that contain caffeine or other stimulants. So we don't really have a good sense of what happened in regards to those ingredients. Cantor and colleagues concluded that sometimes use of supplements varied based on new evidence that was coming out. For example, vitamin C and E and selenium decreased in use over the period that they studied. They suspected this might have been due to studies that were published during their time period. But they were also struck by other situations in which studies were published showing no benefit beyond placebo, but the use of that ingredient stayed the same between 1999 and 2012. What I'm particularly struck by is that Cantor and colleagues studied an era, a 13-year period, in which many major studies were published about supplements. The NIH has dedicated over $850 million to researching supplements, and many of those studies were published during this time period. The great majority of them suggested that the supplement ingredient was no more effective than placebo pills. And what strikes me as very interesting is how the use of supplements remains quite high, more than a majority of Americans using it, despite this consistent number of studies showing little or marginal benefit to many of these supplements. The next steps is to try to figure out how we can translate the scientific knowledge that we have accrued over the years to supplements to the consumer. So how can a consumer have accurate information about efficacy and safety of the supplements that they're purchasing on store shelves?